Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Yo Quiero Verte. Today, we are very excited to have a special guest with us. Jun Lancini is a talented young actor, and we've recently seen him in the series Sandokan, which is available on Netflix here in Argentina. We are going to talk about his career, his journey as an actor, and much more. It's such a pleasure for us. Thank you so much, Jun, for joining us today, and welcome to our show.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
How are you today, and where are you joining us from?
I'm very good. Right now I'm in Rome. I'm in my apartment and I was just resting a little bit. Actually came from a nap a little. So if my voice sounds weird, that's why.
Okay. So Sandokan premiered this week on Netflix here in Argentina. So we are
Yeah.
currently watching the first episodes. How would you describe your character and his role in the story? Tell us a little bit about this experience.
Okay. Without any spoilers, I
Of course.
am the right hand of the bad guy of the Sultan, and I am more. Of course, I'm not one of the main cast. My character is still secondary as a role, but I feel like it's very important to say that to the story, my character is somebody who is very who's gathering information, who's acting behind the scenes for the Sultan and doing a little bit of the dirty work, I'd say.
What attracted you about this project when you first read the scripts?
Well, of course, it's one of the biggest projects from Italy so far, and it's definitely the biggest project I've ever been part of as an actor. So I was really excited to work in a big set with some big names as well in the cast, and it was just a beautiful journey. Everybody was so nice to me. Everybody that I got to know on set, cast members or crew, um, I was just treated so well, and it was just such an amazing experience.
Yes, and with such an international cast, right? Um,
Yep.
I mean, Jan Yaman, Alessandro Preziosi, Ed Westwick. What was it like?
Oh, it was amazing. You get to know people from all over the world. Well, mainly it was from United Kingdom and Italy, and of course Turkey for Can Yaman. But I think it was an amazing journey because, especially because it was international and uh, gathering people from different backgrounds to do a single project all together and putting our efforts and our minds into it and our hearts always brings something beautiful out, right? I think gathering, working internationally is something that I want to do again, and I hope I'll be able to do it again.
Yes, how did you prepare for your role, both physically and emotionally?
I can tell the story of how I got cast, and
Okay.
which explains a little how my character works. So I actually got an audition uh, for a really small role, like a guardian of the Sultan, and I sent that audition. And then a few months after that, I got sent an audition for another role, another small role as a priest in a backflash, but it was still like a younger version of a priest in a village. And then after that, I got cast directly uh, as the vizier, which is my character, and I was wondering why. And then I read the script, and there was a big fighting scene with a sword, and I figured that in my CV, my like actor CV, I have martial arts, kendo, written down, which is a martial arts that comes from the samurai from Japan, and we use swords like bamboo swords. And so I figured, oh, that's why they cast me. They saw that I could speak English, that I looked the part, and then maybe because I do a martial art with a sword, they needed somebody who could fight. And so yeah, I think they cast me for that reason. Whilst on how I prepared for the role, I think I was I was shooting something else in that moment when I received the news from my agent that I got cast. And immediately I started thinking about my character's history, reading this script. And I imagined somebody who grew up, who was raised to serve the Sultan his whole life. So somebody who was really disciplined. And I kind of took that also from my personality traits from Kendo, because I, when you do a martial art, you have to be disciplined and respect the rules. So I started thinking about the posture, being very straight, being very respectful, and just accepting the orders from somebody who's above him. And but at the same time, I thought of this like side of him who's a little rebellious, who wanted to do something else, who wanted to break the rules, but somebody who cannot really express himself because he's always confined in this like reality of having to serve the Sultan.
Yes, and martial arts are something that it's very present in your life and your family, right? As well
Yes.
as the different languages you speak. How is that international aspect in your life, and how does it contribute when you have to portray different characters?
So, for people who don't know, I am half Korean, half Italian, born and raised in Italy. My mom is Korean and my dad is Italian. And the funny thing is that my parents met through the sport kendo, through the martial art. So I was really born into this world, and of course I was raised in Italy, but I had the privilege to explore both the Korean culture and Italian culture. I visited Korea many times, and thanks to the sport, thanks to kendo, I've also managed to travel a lot since when I was little, and that got me to understand different cultures and to be in an international environment since a very young age, which I didn't appreciate as much when I was little, but now I understand that it was something that I'm really lucky about.
Yes, that's right. Because you speak English, Korean, Italian. When you have to
Yes.
prepare for a character, I imagine that that is something that also helps you and the knowledge you have on these different cultures, right?
Yes, for sure. It's a component that affects the way I approach my type of work. I want to say though that my Korean isn't as good as like my English, unfortunately, because I can't practice it besides with my mom, and so it's something that I need to work on still. But I can survive, I guess. I can say I can say I'm hungry or or I have to sleep. But yeah.
Okay. And how did you discover that you wanted to be an actor? Because we were talking about martial arts before. Maybe did you consider other possibilities when choosing a career, or being an actor was something that was always present in your life or your dreams for the future?
So I think it's been always something that I wanted to do because I remember when I was little, I just loved going to the cinema, watching movies, or I used to watch a lot of TV series with my dad, and I always pictured myself like what would it be to be inside of a movie or a TV series that I like? How would I do? And I always found myself thinking, oh, how would I do this? How would I do that? How would it be for me? But when I was little, I was super shy, so I never approached the acting world. And if it wasn't for my mom and my dad who pushed me a lot after high school to pursue what I wanted to do, I wouldn't be doing this. So I thank my parents a lot every time, every day. And yeah, I love it right now. There's still a lot to improve. Of course, you never stop improving, but that's also why I love this job. And I, I'm inspired by the great actors. I would like to go to America eventually, um, but we'll see. We'll see what the future brings me.
That's great. Would you like, for example, to work in Argentina or maybe some countries in Latin America as well?
I would love to work anywhere right now. Like any work is good work. Any work is experience. No matter, I'm in a position where I'm not, of course, still a successful actor or anything. So I just want to take as much as possible and take everything as an experience. And I was lucky enough to have done a few sets. I've always done like smaller roles, not main roles, but still getting to know different sets, you understand that everybody works in a different way, even though we're doing the same kind of work. And you need to adapt based on who you're working with. And you always have to have the ability to approach something that was not expected, because the set world is all like something unexpected always happens on set. So you have to be ready and open-minded about it. That's what I've learned the most so far.
Yes, that's right. As you were saying, you continue learning, and you were talking about the set world, right? What do you
Yep.
feel when being on set that makes you confirm that being an actor is what you really like?
Mm. Being on set is something. So I'm gonna say something a little controversial. It's not the greatest feeling, I guess, being on set, because in reality, I don't know if people know, the majority of the time is you just waiting. Like you sit down and you wait for hours, and you get ready, like you get your makeup and you get your hair, but there's a lot of waiting. So I'm still learning how to like how what to do in this like resting time that you get before going on the actual set to shoot. Um, but of course, when you're doing the scene and you're creating the magic of the story, it's an amazing feeling. It's just and everybody is so nice to you. Everybody is super nice with each other, especially if you're an actor. Maybe they're a little forced to be nice to actors, but you meet a lot of genuine people and you meet a lot of talented people who want to do their best work. My advice would be to always respect anybody that you meet on set, because you never know who is who, and people are really hardworking on a set. So I really respect that, from the guy who brings you coffee to the guy to the director or to the other actor. Um, you need to find the balance in that and to insert yourself in this world, and of course not create any problems or create as little as possible. And yeah, but of course, it's a good feeling being on set. It's an honor being on set from my perspective. Just being there, even though it's tiring, it's dreading, and you have to wait a lot of hours. There's you can see the effort of people, and so it's a magical sensation in that sense.
Yes, and if we think about the cast of Sandokan, how would you describe the dynamic of the cast members on set? Or maybe is there any anecdote that you remember in particular that you can tell us?
So, well, my character, as I said before, is a secondary, like from a perspective of importance, it's secondary, but still very present and functional to the story. So I got to meet a lot of the cast members, but for example, even with Yaman, I didn't interact as much because besides the scene where we have together, which I can't say because it's a bit of a spoiler right now, but we worked on the scene that we have together, and that was pretty much it. There was not much interaction besides the being on set. Whilst with other cast members like John Hanna or Madeline Price, Alana Bloor, we had a lot of moments where we stayed together also outside of the set because we were hanging out at the same hotel, having dinners together and chit-chatting. So it's different based on who you are like together with also outside of the set. But in general, everybody was super nice, and it was amazing also to get to know stories from other actors at these dinners or while we were chatting about this and that, or also talking about the series, wondering how it's gonna be, because you never know how it's gonna turn out while you're shooting it. So also very curious about that.
Yeah, that's right. Is there maybe any particular type of character that you would like to explore in the future?
In the future, so many. As I said right now, any experience is good experience. I would like to explore something challenging, I would say. I would want to do something that's really challenging on an emotional level. I mean, every role, no matter how small, is a challenging role. There's no easy role, in my opinion, but uh, I would like to explore something like that, something that really puts me in a position where I say, "Oh my God, how can I do this? Like, will I be able to do this?" Something that really breaks me and makes me feel like, okay, I need to break.
In our show, we really like listening to people speak about their passion, about what they love doing in their life. In your
Mm,
case, working in art. So we are really
yep.
thankful for your words and for what you are telling us about your acting career. So we really appreciate it. And finally, is there any message that you would like to send to those people who are watching Sandokan and who are following your career, especially here in
Mm.
Argentina?
Just enjoy the journey. We put a lot of work in this project. We put a lot of effort. I hope you can see it. There's a lot of love, and I think just have fun. Just have fun. Enjoy the show for what it is. And if you have anything like that you want to ask, just ask me if you want to. You can reach me, and I'll try to answer as much as possible. But I just hope that people will love the show and that it's gonna be a success there as well.
Great. Where can people find you on social media? And maybe is there any project that you can tell us about?
At the moment, I'm just like studying and working on my acting skills, and I am always in pursuit of something, of course, greater and to hone my skills as an actor because you never stop. You never stop. Even when you're 80 years old, you never stop. The good thing about acting is that you can do it for as long as possible. And so I'm just focusing on getting better every day, studying and experiencing life. I think great actors have a lot of life experience and have a lot of they steal a lot from what they see every day. So I'm trying to do that at the moment. And of course, any audition that comes, I'm gonna I'm gonna do. But for how they can find me, my Instagram is just my name and surname, so Jun Lancini, and that's it. That's how they're gonna find me.
Excellent. Well, such a pleasure and an honor for us to talk to you today. And everyone go watch Sandokan on Netflix here in Latin America. We are really loving the series. As we said before, the episodes are already there on the platform and we are already enjoying it. So thank you very much, June, for talking with us today. Such a pleasure for us.
No, thank you so much for having me. It was an honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you.